So as you know, about a month or so ago, the GT500s came to Project Motor Racing. About a week ago, they left from Project Motor Racing. It was delisted from sale. Hopefully, it comes back somewhat soon. Now, one of the GT500 classes, the older ones, is a kind of car I haven't driven since, I believe, the update preview. So, yeah. It's been a while since we've driven these old guys here today. We're in the Supra, the Toyota Supra here, the old one in the old GT500. Should be a fun one here today. Hopefully we can get someone well working and get someone going. Now the AI are a bit crap at times. The car is a bit strange over some bigger carbs. It kind of it yearns for the rolling over, really, here. So hopefully none of that happens here. Then I'm going to say I've tried to pick a track with somewhat flat carbs to try limit the amount of that happens. But who really knows? We've got 16 laps. Sorry, not 16 laps. 15 laps here today to try and make something. And yeah, let's get on with it. And yes, here we are. As you see, we're in the Toyota Supra GT500s. Got it right that time. And yeah, 15 laps. We're using the Xbox One Kenobi default dry setup, base dry setup even. And yeah, so hopefully the setup works well here. Let's go through the NSX on the pole. I believe it's going to be this guy in third place that's going to win this race because it's an R34. I do know the R34s, for one thing, are pretty strong compared to the rest of these guys. So it may become a bit of a rout. Not a rout, or I don't know what the correct word is for it even. Here, so it could be a scrap between literally everyone else, and then the R34s just bugger off into the distance here. So who really knows what is going to happen? Another R34 there. Some of these liveries, I mean, someone did comment on my particularly horrendous livery taste, but yeah, I mean, at the same time they did say there might be crap too, so, you know. It doesn't matter if your livery tastes crap or not. I mean, I've got bloody Nicky Team in my wall, so yeah. And also Richard Hammond. So does it? So we've all got our own opinions. I'm a bit the mental one really here. We're in the Supra. Interesting dashboard. This, I think it's actually got blue steering wheel here as well. For those that care, I've disabled the steering wheel because can annoy me sometimes. Well, not annoy me, but some cars. And also, it's probably a better viewing experience without the steering wheel, I say. So, yeah. Okay, around Nürburgring T1 all clean there. We're actually not last, no one's flipped yet. So, that is a good thing, I'd say, hopefully. Come round here, I saw a Supra that was a bit squirrely. It's definitely not been mended in the patches, and that might be a bit better than it was. However, I still do believe that these old JGTC cars, the GT500 as the Project Motor Racing class is called, because the new ones are GT500 Evo, I do believe that they can be maybe a bit squirrely over the carbs. However, the Nürburgring's carbs are notorious for being ones that you don't really want to hit, so I'd say we've got more issues if they end up rolling on these carbs here than something like Okayama, where the carb is quite good, or Imola, where the carb will kill you, but it's quick. You come here, we use the carb because it's us, and well, we don't seem to flip, or I don't seem to flip. Anyway, so yeah, all we're just trying to work to do is just kind of sit and chillax. There's a guy that's about 2 seconds out ahead, so I believe that could be the R34 that's just jumped everyone. I think it's the two NSXs that were up front, and we come down the backstretch now here at the Nürburgring. We're going to protect this guy from the car on the inside here now, and well, that wasn't my aim, but we're going to try and make a move into the chicane now, which we're not going to do. In fact, we're really not going to do because the guy's absolutely clamped us into the chicane. I think he hit the actual inside wall and the back end steps out there on the braking. We weren't able to get someone down now here. We won't be able to get someone down into into turn 1 because we're notorious, or no, I'm not notoriously bad for where I brake at turn 1, but just the way I brake is I'm really good at locking up brakes, is I really don't use much pressure on them, so I have a longer braking zone, and yeah, so it's more momentum I try to carry through the corners. I'm not quick into them at all, which is probably where I lose some time compared to the better guys who are better. I mean, I'm hardly good at driving, am I? I can keep some things in a straight line for 20 or so minutes, but not, as it seems from the past 4 streams, something in a straight line for more than 20 minutes, it seems. In fact, not even 20 minutes, because the last stream in the Mossler it lasted 5 laps, so about 7. And now here, this is probably somewhere I'd be quite confident with. Ride the car on the inside there, get the outside, roll it around in third gear, use the torque up the hill, round to the Schumacher rest now here, up to 15th we go, and now chasing down someone, I believe it could be a Z, the only one. Up to 15th we are, chasing down 14th, I think we'll probably catch up quite quickly given they're in a wee bit of a pack, not the 11 car pack we had at Line Rock last video uploaded, before this one was recorded, but who knows, that could have changed. So as we come down towards the chicane for the second time here, I want to try the Civic. The Civic seems quite a fun car. I want to try the Civic sometime, it would be quite fun. Yeah, there's a Z up there, a couple of Zs. The other one's Ezra, which I've got there. The liveries for Asia downloaded, race for Asia. Now I don't know much about Asia, but it seems a very nice initiative. Yep. Just come around turn 1. The tyres aren't particularly hot, I would say, as well. So. Oh, car round! Nearly clamped us as well. It was an R34. I wonder what happened. That thing would have probably got very high up in the air. I actually don't think... I know last video I said my brake pedal, my throttle pedal was squeaking. I thought it could have been my sock rubbing on the throttle pedal. I'm not convinced it is anymore. My sock might still be rubbing. Ooh, is the back end coming out around there. Oh. Ah! Come around now here down towards the back shifts. Now here we're trying to get a wide line out here, try to utilise our run out around this kink here. We're not really utilising it, are we? I've got a feeling the Z might be a bit quicker than us. Now that's track lines, that'll probably be a penalty because we gain time. Yep. Now, it's an R34 that's leading, so maybe, I wonder, if we just keep going at the pace we're going at, do you think that, because I believe, I want to say, GZ peaks, first of all, that's an 8-second lead from the lead to second. Next of all, I'm not really gaining time, losing time too much to the guy behind. Let off a bit here. So I believe that's actually between our gap and the gap to first. I'm not sure if that's my case. If someone does know, maybe can explain how the penalty system works in terms of how you lose, or who you end up give back time to, because there's evidently, I'm not sure if it's just a set pace you need to be at, but now that's actually lost us time to this Z ahead, who, well, We're actually throwing it into the corners quite aggressively, if I'm being honest. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to maybe help. As you can see there, a bit there around that corner, we quite worked the front tyres as we come round the Schumacher race. Again, a bit of a slide. It's hardly a fact that this Supra is known to a slide, or Supras are known to slide. And they're quite famous for it, actually. As opposed to a racing pedigree, they're quite good drift cars as well, it turns out. I've actually caught quite a bit up to this guy, so well done us, I guess. It does sound amazing as well, the Toyota Supra GTC. It's a bit better than the chicane that time, it felt quite quick. Remain in 4th gear though, and out the final corner we come. Try to use the torque and actually went quite well there. It does feel risky round them last corners because we are almost half sliding. It's almost like one of these times it is just going to let go. There's R34. Oh my god, is that the guy that is as well? That was the guy that spun. He's right up our chuff now, so this could be an interesting battle. What we're going to try do is we're going to try get by this Z because we are actually gaining on it now, and try get by the Z. Give some more gap between us and the R34 because this could be a bit of a scrap that is going to initiate here with the R34 being the attacking party. Oh no! Oh, we touched the gravel on the exit. Here comes the R34. He's not going to be able to do anything behind. In fact, he's backed off a wee bit there, which isn't bad. And we are right up the back end of this R30, not R34, the Zs. And now we take the wider line out and we get the run, I believe. Not really. I didn't quite dip in enough. We all get slipstream. It's not going to be enough to really do anything, put him under pressure or anything. It could be enough to put him off line. Round the chicane, which would be a help. And now, round the final corner. We'll duck under just for a wee bit. Bit of solace, and now duck out again. He brakes later than us, but we slightly got to the side of him. Again, sorry about that. That's just me being bad on the brakes. I'll need to improve that for my actual racing, because that wasn't the most of clean moves, but it's done the job for now, and we don't... Go on, Zed. Zed's done it. No, he's not done it. R34's got through. So all our work hasn't really gone to much help there. As we come down towards here. Power down early there in 3rd gear, get the torque going and out there up the hill we will climb. Schumacher race, and now we're right on the back of Ezra and up the inside. We're going to try go hinting a move there, but I'm not going to do it there. We might try get someone working out here. That would be good. We get a bit more alignment there. Not really a run, but we are making moves. Yeah, trying to get by. We're going to set him up to... Oh, he's gone! Oh, poor Edge. Sorry, man. Oh. It's such a nice livery. I find it really very nice. The Race for Edge thing. We've just killed it. No defensive on the R34 round turn 1, bit of a dip there. He just tried to turn in a wee bit when we were trying to not turn in. And we come out now here. Around the Mercedes arena we go. And out of the Mercedes arena we will go. And away, on the acceleration zone there goes the R34. He is going to be up our back end though. I don't think he's going to be too happy with us. The R34 goes away. Get the power down early, cut off the apex and just go. Full chat now as we come up now. Round! Oh, it was close to the gravel around the Schumacher S. Risky. I do believe it actually has paid off though. Civic now backing up a couple Zs. Never the greatest of signs. Just keeping an eye on where that R34 is, because it will just crop out of nowhere. I know what Project Motor Racing they are like, given in the heavy braking zones compared to where I brake and how I brake. My style of braking, they're not very optimal, but exit based kind of thing. They brake way later than I do, and most of the time get the same exit as I do. But that R34 will probably just crop up out of nowhere. Just pump the brakes there, get it stopped. Always nice. We haven't hit him around the Mercedes arena around turn 1, and we swoop around the outside and try to get the power on early enough. We're going to have to swoop around the outside again on him to try and get round here. And actually, that's thrust us into a side-by-side with the R34. So we're kind of fighting on two fronts here. I would quite like to try and get the Z in between us two. Because I'd say we're quicker than the Z. We're not quicker than the R34 because it's an R34, but... it is faded off a little bit there. That's the back of the Z. That's not good. Near the back of the Z. I think it wasn't the back of the Z. It didn't feel like it, but I believe it would be. As we now come up around the Schumacher S, we can't really see much. We've got a lot of Z in front of us, and now we come down towards the next bit before the back straight. We're going to just try, as we follow them around, get the slipstream, try to get by them before the chicane. If not, we're way early there as we let the Z do its thing, and we can obviously go and try and get a bit of a move done there, and as well, it's not worked. It will give us another opportunity round turn 1. We get the absolute slingshot of the century in towards turn 1, and we thump the brakes once again. Switchbacks, and we nearly go 3 wide there, in fact, but now the difference between last lap as we're now on the inside of the Mercedes arena and we've got the position. Now really all I want to do is don't back up the Z too much, because then it'll allow the R34 to get side by side. So I'm going to try That's kind of what I'm thinking here, is try. Okay, scrap the plan, the R34 is suspended. What?! However, we do still have 6 laps left in this competition. Oh, we might get a penalty here. We're okay, we're all good. We just have to back up a bit in the exit there, just to... with like 0.3 seconds left, with like 4 seconds left, so... we just have to go fairly slow in the exit, and now we just bolt. I thought we might have just had to guts with it and live with it and try again a second. However, that's not to be the case, and we've now actually got 3 to the next Z, which is up ahead, to fully enjoy the Supra before we are launched into battle again if we get to him in the 6 or so laps we've got remaining. 6 laps. One advantage of this thing is it's right-hand drive, which means the Nürburgring, sometimes in a left-hand drive car. It's more at Bathurst. If I'm in a right-hand drive car, I don't fully know where the left-hand side of my car is. Oh no! And I've stalled, and that's me done! What's just happened there? Well, I'm last now, first of all. Second of all, I saw that coming, the tyres just decided it wasn't going to have it anymore. In fact, the tyres have just decided they're not going to have it anymore. Now they're not turning, in fact. As opposed to not turning. Or to turning. What manner of thing did the R34 decide to do that? I think we actually saved the R34. Well, our tyres are done. What? I'm still trying to make heads or tails what I've just seen. We just had an R34 mount us. So that's a thing. The brakes almost just lob us into the slide there. Around there, and now we need to just put it round. I mean, it was going to come in these GT500s anyway. If this was a normal video, because we're 5 seconds back just now, I would maybe probably shut off, but I can try and enjoy this car a wee bit more in clear air, as I was saying. Try and gain as much time as we can on the guys ahead. Not that it's going to be very successful, I don't think, but... we can give it a go. We've got 5 laps left, 4 laps left even. 4 more laps left. That was the worst turn 1 I've ever seen. We lost 5 tenths in turn 1. And that's track limits. This is going to be a penalty here. Because we gained 1 tenth, we need to gain back 2 seconds, give back 2 seconds. No further action. Good. Yeah, this is the bit where our tyres are now going off, so this is something I've noticed about the GT500s, is that I'd say tyre wear is a bit steep on them most of the time. It's quite a good exit, I'd say. There they are scrapping, so hopefully they will get caught up in an incident and that was a bit annoying. Because that was going to be quite a good exit. That was going to be an even better exit there. We had to we had to lift, and annoyingly we had to lift a bit too much and we make a bit of a hash round and out of there. We now come round. We've got 4.4 to Ezra. Now, I believe that we could, if we like properly kick ass here, we might get him. I don't think we will, but we might, because, well, in fact, the gap between me and the R34 has actually gone down 3/10. The gap between me and Ezra has gone down miles. So just a big slide round turn one is not what I want. Right, it's 4.4, but we did. Bear in mind, we are crap at Mercedes Arena. We light the second half of this lap, this bit here, is from the Mercedes Arena on. We know we're decent at here, so we'll try can crack on here. Up around Schumacher as we go. We're just going to be dipping under 3 now seconds. Oh, that's a bit crap. I don't think we're going to get anything from this race. However, it's fun, so yeah. Sorry if you're a bit disappointed by my driving results, but what do you expect when you try to watch me drive my car? That's what I mean by it's a bit silly in the turning, is that we do silly things, and that's the back end just stepping out there, trying to get as much aggression on the throttle as possible. But we've only got 2 more laps to go after this, so I would take a fun, you know. We are last, yes. Some people would say, well, that's a bit of a waste of time, isn't it? Yeah. I would say no, because we've had fun. However, I do apologise for those that are disappointed by my driving skills. It was just one spin that ruined us. The car just kind of dropped under mid-turning through the dip in turn 1. So yeah, that is what happened there. And we come round now here. It's 4.3 to Ezra up ahead. We're not going to beat him, I don't think, but we could. You never know. Someone could also make a mistake further up ahead that would propel that gap. Who knows? We've got an R34 charging through the field, so yeah. In fact, in this 15-lap race, I think we'll actually have about half an hour this video, so we've maybe got slightly ahead of ourselves in terms of how long this video has been. Now, we're nearly a minute off first. Now, we couldn't control that there. We couldn't control the slide. Thankfully, we only get a warning for that. We'll so nearly hit the pit wall. So, Valis just ticking over a minute now to the car in first. In fairness, he is 20 seconds ahead. That R34 is basically a cheat code here. The reason it's in third, there is no difference to taking it in any other gear as we come around now here. Sort of understeering out of turn 1 and now turn 2 and turn 3. We're going to try to take a tight line around here. So we can try, well, if the car behaved, we would have tried doing something there. The car didn't behave, funnily enough. Around there, it's kind of slid up on the rear end. The hairpin, and that's a run. Not that it matters, we're 4.5 seconds behind 15th, but that's an exit. I say that's a gravel trap. That's a gravel trap. We're going to go round here. We're not, we're just okay. So another mistake from our front there. Trying to push. These last few laps, I do apologise for just kind of driving on our own. It's basically just been push for us here. So again, once again, I do apologise if you are disappointed for my a bit 1 out of 10 performance this race. Trust me, some other races are better, like the Horse Lime Rock one. I don't see why I need to give that 2 seconds. I'm either going to be last or even more last. So, and I'm already given back over a quarter of it. So, yeah. Now watch this, we're going to lift it to T1. Go on, there you go. Right, it's now 4 seconds to Ezra. We've lost 4.5 seconds into the back straight. I mean, it was 6 seconds actually, I think. Add that though. And we come around the Mercedes arena now here. Try taking the line we actually want to take around here and try not use the track lights. Stupid man. We come round down to here for the final time this race, thank Christ. Because this Supra has slowly become more and more sketchy over the race. Here. I knew it was coming, the spin. Given manner of thing happened there again, once again. Sorry. This is one of the worst performances I've ever driven in one of these videos before. Apart from, even then, I was about to say the Lexus video we did in ACC at Suzuka where we got punted round. I was about to say that's probably the worst performance, but no, it's not. Because we actually kept going through the field there. So, yeah, that's a bit crap. As we come round and out. Thank Christ. Round the final corner. It's 1 minute and 20 seconds to the chappie up ahead. And as we come round now, just trying to survive. I don't know what happened at the chicane, the hairpin there. The car just went under braking. I'm not sure we locked the rears up or something. I'm not sure why I went around second, this corner in second. But we come across the line, it's last place. Again, sorry for a bit of a crap performance, but we come across, wobbling across the line. 16th for us, last place. We did set a time faster than most of the field actually. In fact, we set fastest lap, I think. 153.5. Okay, 152. I'm seeing 152s by a Fair Lady Z and someone else. But yeah, that is that. Sorry about that again. But yeah, that will be that. Well, after a bit of a disappointing performance there, we will come to an end this video. Again, apologies for the 1 out of 10 performance if you're disappointed by that. It was a R34 that won, surprisingly. Supra came second. and an R34 came third. So I'm just trying to get the thumbnail. Yeah. Anyway, moving on from that, we'll get the thumbnail after the IA and the Scron. But yeah, thank you very much for watching if you made it to the end. Thank you very much. You've stuck through one of the worst driving performances you've ever seen in your life. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, like, subscribe if you did enjoy this one. If you didn't, don't. I mean, I don't see how you could enjoy this performance. It was albeit a bit crap, but you know. If you want to see maybe slightly better racing, could be worth a shout. There is simply much better videos than this one that I have made, the Porsche one. As I said, last time out was, in all honesty, fantastic. Massive 11 car battle and a very fun Porsche 911 GT3 at Lime Rock Park. And I didn't think of the idea either. So yeah, until next time, do all them good things and enjoy yourselves. And goodbye.